Hi everyone, it's Lisa and welcome to Make It Monday. Today is week 17 in my series on techniques, and today I'm going to be teaching you the braided card technique. Here are two cards to give you some examples, and I'm going to show you how to make the basic braid first. This card was created by Tina Coons, and it was a swap from Stampin' Up! Convention. You're going to notice here how the card is braided down the center. There is a template for this, which will be on my blog at www.lisacurcio.blogspot.com that you can download and use to make your own braided cards. Let me show you how I did that. I'm using a half sheet of Whisper White cardstock and I'm folding it in half. You're going to want this crease done very, very well, because from the template you are going to cut out the images that tell you where to cut. Now I have cut this right on the line. I should have cut it a little bit shorter so you could see, but there is a black line here that is from here to here that indicates the depth of the card. So I'm going to line this up here and here, and I'm going to use a paper clip. I found that this really makes things a lot easier, especially to hold it in place. It's very important when you create this technique that you cut precisely on the template, which is on these lines. And you can see that I'm reusing a prior template. You can use it a couple times until it starts to get too flimsy. I'm taking my paper snips and I am cutting on that line exactly on the dark lines from the template. And I'm going to do this all the way down. I'm going to skip here where the paper clip is, and I'm going to move down here, and I'll come back to that in just a minute. Okay, back to the center. I'm going to carefully slide this off, holding it very taut with my left hand. I am just snipping over these center lines where the paper clip was. Okay, so now this is done. I'm going to remove the template, and I'm opening up the card so you can see what we have. It's going to appear like a series of arrows. And on this one, we are going to work on the front. So the fold is going to be what I would call a mountain. This very first one here, I want you to fold it down. Now I don't want you to rip it, but I want you to crease it where the slit stops. And we are actually going to cut this one off. So with your scissors, I want you to snip this. Now if you feel more comfortable snipping it from the inside, you can. Once you have it snipped off, I want you to save this because we're going to need this at the end. So that's left you with this. Okay, flipping it back over so it looks like a mountain again. Saving that piece. We are now going to take the next triangle or the arrow and we are going to fold this down. And you're going to notice how it makes a small diamond shape right here in the middle. Now I'm going to hold this up so you can see it. This tip is going to go behind this bottom peak. We're going to create that same pattern all the way down. Now here's a good tip for you. The crease down the center of this card acts as a really good guide so you make sure that the tips are straight. So again, this is coming down and tucking it underneath. And I'm going to do that to all the rest of these. Okay, so now we've done them all. You're going to see how the pattern ends here. This is where this little piece comes in that we saved. You're going to flip this over and this piece is going to get adhered here at the top. I'm going to slide it up so you can see it, then I'm going to slide it back down. It's going to get adhered to the top to create the pattern so that it continues. So I'm just going to add a little bit of snail adhesive to this, and I'm going to line this up at the top, being very careful to make sure that it's running down the center crease of this card. Okay? And now this one I'm going to flip over, and it should be tucked behind, just like the other ones have. So now you can see how it looks braided. Then I'm gently going to fold this and give it a good crease. I'm not going to recommend the bone folder over this because we don't want it to get caught. So just use your fingers and create a really good crease on those lines. Here's the original card created by Tina. Let me show you one other variation. This one I've actually created on a designer series paper panel. This panel of designer paper is 5 1/4 by 2 1/2. And that gives you a very small margin of 1/8 of an inch to mount it on a piece of cardstock if that's what you desire. And I did the exact same type of fold that I've done here, but this time it's just on a piece of designer paper. So I'm just using it as a focal point for this card. Today's technique is called Braided Card. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I look forward to seeing you next week for Make It Monday.